Hello, fellow BookQuesters. It is I, Aaron the BookQuester. Today I'll introduce you to this series, but I'll explain only one of them today. I can't explain everything. That'll take hours. The series, The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas FLAMEL. The first one I'll introduce. The Alchemist. Now, you'll be wondering, what the heck is an alchemist? Well, I'll tell you. An alchemist is sort of like a magician and a scientist, except magic is almost like science, and magic is, well, complicated. And here, Josh and Sophie Newman are two normal boy and girl. They're twins, and they're living, obviously. And one day they got hired to a job to Mr. Nick FLAMEL. I mean Nick Fleming. And one day only Josh Newman and Sophie Newman gets hired to a next door coffee shop. What Josh did, well, another normal day at the summer job at Nick Fleming's bookstore, Josh Newman went inside and found Nicholas FLAMEL closing his eyes and green energy flicking around, and while another throat-looking man doing the same thing, except that his aura's color was different. Now, who was this? Dr. John Dee, who has been searching for Nick Fleming. No, I should tell you Nick Fleming's real name. Nicholas FLAMEL, the legendary alchemist, the one who discovered the secret of eternal life. Now, Nicholas FLAMEL comes out in 100 Myths and was very famous, could turn gold into, well, sticks into gold and stuff like that. And guess what? It's all true. Why? Well, Nicholas FLAMEL found the Book of Abraham the Mage, which is a book put together by an elder. I'll tell you what it is later. And it tells basically everything of the world's secrets. And one of it is the secret of eternal life, and a few of it, secrets to turn normal metal to jewels and diamonds and stuff like that. Great, right? Now, this is a very good book. You know that. I'll tell you right now why. Now you say, Josh had no idea what was going on, except that it smelled like rotten eggs for some reason, and clean mint. And while Nicholas FLAMEL seemed to battle Dr. John Dee, the short man, Nicholas FLAMEL used his aura to whiplash out Dr. John Dee, and Dr. John Dee attacked again with his dirty, rotten egg smelling aura. Aura is an energy force that surrounds your body, and with it, if you can learn to control it, you could use shapes and do what people think you might be doing. Magic. And with this, Nicholas FLAMEL was battling Dr. John Dee. But Dee won because Nicholas FLAMEL hasn't practiced using his aura in a long time. And finally, the evil Dr. John Dee took the Book of the Abraham the Mage. And that's rather sad. But John, our good Josh, managed to take 2 pages out of the book. And that's what Nicholas FLAMEL is trying to protect. And so Nicholas explains what's happening and explains the situation. And they start to go. And he explains the elders. Now, what are the elders? The elders lived on Untitled, and they were, well, almost like gods because they could do magic, and they lived much more longer than any other normal human. They're a different race entirely. The first race, the original race. And when the humans saw them, they saw them as gods. Like, for example, let's say Sorceress, Isis, Odin, you name it, Mars, Ulta, or the Witch of Endor. All those gods and myth has a grain of truth in them. For example, Frankenstein. Well, Frankenstein comes from the myth of the golems, creatures made out of soil and mud, and breathed life into him with a bit of dark magic. And the golems. Well, Frankenstein put electricity in a dead body, patched together monster. Yay, Frankenstein! Yay, golem! Just kidding. Anyway, there's a grain of truth in every. For example, the myth of Atlantis. Well, Untitled was a wonderful paradise, but the two most powerful elders, the sun and the moon, had a war, and the Danube Palace fell, sank underneath the waves, and that resulted to the myth of Atlantis. Untitled, Atlantis, get it? And that's what happened. The secret history of the world. And Nicholas Flamel leads them to a goddess, well, an elder actually, to awaken their powers, which is like awaken their magical powers and stuff like that. Why Josh Newman and Sophie Newman were the ones to follow Nicholas Flamel on this dangerous adventure? The reason? There is a prophecy about a pure silver, and a pure gold aura. And Josh and Sophie Newman has these. And they're twins, which is very important. And since Nicholas Flamel thinks they are, indeed, the twins of the prophecy, they must learn the 4 elemental magics. First, air magic, fire magic, water magic, and earth magic. And that's rather very cool to know magic, I guess. And only a few people can awaken the kids. And who awakens the kids? The almighty three-faced goddess, and she tries to awaken their powers. But in the middle of this, Dr. John D comes with legendary sword, like it's some kind of toy, with the most deadliest minions of the Dark Elders who want the world to be destroyed and the Untitled to rise again, for the elders to rule and destroy the human world. They're evil like that. And Bastet, first generation elder, which means she's strong. The cat goddess of Egypt, actually real, no surprise. And Morrigan, the crow goddess, duh. And yep. So this book is wonderful, and it seems to expand, and it's like paradise, and it's very good, and I highly recommend it. And yes, that's about the end. And let go with your BookQuester. Are in the BookQuester.